Mel, what do we got on deck this week?
All right, Facebook and Instagram is making shopping even easier. Social media is actually doing some good, and Apple has released the new iPhone.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Episode 10, The Maddie and Melvin Show. 10 episodes. I know, never thought we'd make it here, but we did. So, first things first, Facebook making shopping a whole lot easier. So Facebook is testing out two new initiatives, one on Facebook and one on Instagram. First one is native checkout on Facebook, meaning in the Facebook news feed, when you click on an ad for a product, you can actually check out directly in the news feed instead of going to a separate landing page or website. The second one is making shopping posts on Instagram into ads. Now, why is this important? Well, Facebook estimates that this year alone, $213 billion has been lost in the friction in the online checkout process. So Facebook will be continuing to try and find new ways to make it easier for the consumer / get a bigger cut of the pie.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah. So, what's
up? Do you shop very much?
No.
So no.
No. So if you want to find out more about that, hit up someone at CTC. I'm sure they'd love to talk to you about it.
All right, next up, Apple has done it again. The next version of the iPhone is out. Well, okay, not actually out, but it's been released. You'll be able to pre-order September 13th, and you'll actually be able to see it in stores by September 20th. So why should you get another iPhone? Well, let me tell you. iPhone 11 has three new versions. So there's the iPhone 11, there's the iPhone 11 Pro, and then there's the iPhone 11 Pro Max. What's the difference between all of them? I'm not going to go through it right now. But if you check out the link in the blog, you'll be able to see side-by-side comparisons of all three. So what are the overarching new features that Apple has released? I'll go through some of those for you. First, precision design and display. So the iPhone 11 will have the toughest glass out of any iPhone. It will be 2 to 4 meters water resistant, so you'll be able to go on a little swim in the ocean with your iPhone. And it also protects against coffee spills, as I would hope so.
Sound like all things you need now.
Literally. Also, there's some new colors. So the iPhone 11 will have purple, green, yellow, black, white, and red. And then the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Plus will have the more sleek colors, the more chic colors. So they'll have midnight green, that's a new one, gold, space gray, and silver.
Wow.
Yeah, fancy.
Wow. This is mind-blowing.
It will also have the fastest chip ever that is apparently 20% faster than the chip in previous versions. Sorry. Little stroke there. Also,
minor stroke.
Once again, the camera will be updated. There'll be a dual camera system that will offer the highest quality video, night mode, and capabilities to have wide and ultra wide lens views, or whatever you call it. Last couple things, it will have an updated Face ID. So when you're trying to open your camera like this, or when you wake up and you're puffy eyed after a night of drinking, your camera will still recognize you. It says it will be 30% faster as well. Last thing, there's a software update. So that goes for all of us. And that will feature dark mode, which is a private way to sign into apps and websites. And also a whole new Maps experience. So you won't get lost as much and Siri won't take you in the wrong direction. With that being said, check out your nearest Apple store on September 20th and get your hands on some new technology.
You gonna buy it?
Absolutely not. I honestly just, I don't need
all
that.
those new features?
I know, I'm sorry, I probably should have said yes, I'll buy it, but.
Good to know. Yeah, I won't be buying it either. But anyways, so we hear a lot of stories in the news and in the media about social media and how bad it is for us, whether it's bullying, spamming, Russian bots, whatever. But there are some stories out there that paint social media in a little bit of a better light. I have two of them for you that caught my eye in the past week. Number one, there is a company named Jaja Tequila, or Yaya, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it. But anyways, a year ago, they posted a rendering and a Photoshop of a tequila ice cream truck. Just for fun. And what they found is that they got a ridiculous amount of likes, comments. People were like, is this real? Can we rent it? It went viral, went nationwide. And so what did they do? Well, a year later, they officially came out with an tequila ice cream truck. That for them goes around to a bunch of different events, branded events, sponsorship events, things of that nature, right? And why is this such, why did I find this so cool? I think for me is that it was a really cool way to show the positive light of how you can use social media for a smaller company, right? To find out basically test things out a lot quicker than you would if you were in older times and TV or whatever were the main sources of media. So by simply posting a photo on Instagram, they were able to find out that, hey, you know what, this is actually a really good idea. Let's create it and use it to grow our business. So something really cool there. Second of all, and I think this one tugs on the heartstrings a little bit. So University of Tennessee football having a shit season this year. Lost a terrible game in game 1, but regardless, there is a young fan in Florida, actually, who wanted to represent Tennessee at school wearing a Tennessee shirt. But he didn't have any money to buy a shirt, so he had an orange shirt and he drew on a piece of paper UT on it and taped it on his shirt and wore it to school. And people like Mel, who just laughed at that, bullied the crap out of him and just hammered him on it, right? And he felt terrible.
That was crafty.
Well, one of his teachers ended up taking that, made a post about it, right? Grabbed a photo of the t-shirt, made a post, the whole thing about it, and that went viral. And that caught on it at Tennessee, and it's actually on national news now. CNN picked up on it, right? And what Tennessee did is they actually took that logo from that kid's shirt, made it into a t-shirt, and they're now selling it at their bookstore, selling it online, selling it all over the place. And they actually painted it on Tennessee in Knoxville there as a famous rock that they have there, and it's painted on there as well. So yeah, that's the t-shirt right there.
Here's the t-shirt if you want reference.
So it's gone huge, and it just shows some of the positive impacts of what social media can do, because all the proceeds for that go to a foundation to stop bullying. So there are good things out there with social media. There are bad things, but then there are good things for social media as well. So there you have it.
Tequila ice cream and custom-made shirts.
Let's go.
What more could you need in your life?
Let's make that into a company.
Yeah, let's do it.
I like that.
And this episode is
This episode is brought to you by Wilson Football, the industry leader in all things football. Never have they ever had an issue in Deflategate. See you next week. Peace.